All right, I'm here with my client, Cath Knowlden, who is a sober coach. And Cath is the person you want to go to if you're a female entrepreneur or an ambitious woman who wants to get sober or who is sober curious. So, Cath, welcome.
Thank you, Julie.
Why don't you tell us a little bit more in your own words about what you do and who it's for?
So, I love to help really mission driven women, female entrepreneurs, women who just have a big kind of mission inside them. They want to get that out into the world and serve really deeply. And yet, alcohol is holding them back, which can look like just over drinking and just not being able to break that habit. So, yeah, I love to help them to release the drinking, and whether that is just taking a break or long term sobriety and just creating healthy habits and, yeah, just being all of who they are.
Yeah, amazing. And, I was going to say, you are so much more than just a sober coach. Like, yes, people come to you when they want to take a break. Maybe they're sober curious. Maybe they're ready to go all in and get sober and they're sick of the day ones. But you do so much more in terms of the healthy habits and getting them to create this really juicy, beautiful life for themselves. So it really is, it's a nourishing experience, I think, when they come to you.
Thank you. That's exactly how I feel it and see it. It feels very holistic, a whole thing. Yeah.
100%. And tell us just a little bit more about who you love to work with, like who's the best people for you to support.
I really love to support the woman who is hungry for her heart's desire. So she is done with the things that are holding her back, and she just wants to be fully in her power. She
So
has a growth mindset. She's ready to challenge herself and ready to find the fun, I think, and the flow.
and I know that it often is female entrepreneurs, but it doesn't have to be, does it?
No, because I think we're all kind of leaders of our own lives, and that's how I started.
100%. So tell us about that. Like, I'd love to know because you're a long-term client of mine, what was life like before working together and before you even came into Fierce Feminine and Free, our client creation program? You were looking to start this business. Just give us a snapshot of what that was like before you came into Fierce Feminine and Free.
Yeah, I had this burning desire inside. I could feel it in my belly. I wanted to start this business. I had a Facebook group which I started really to hold myself accountable because I wanted to stay sober and I wanted to find my tribe. I wanted to find other women and do it together. I naturally love to help with motivation and inspiration and things like that. And I really wanted to be coaching. I saw other people doing it. I just did not have the confidence. I didn't know where to begin. I tried to, I just thought like I could put a post out and then all these clients would come knocking on the door, and it just wasn't like that. So, yeah.
Only, hey? I mean,
Mm.
once you learn the skill of creating really client magnetic posts, but that's a whole different thing. That's part of what we teach in the program. Okay, so you wanted to start this business, but you weren't feeling confident. You had a Facebook group. And then you made the decision to come into Fierce Feminine and Free. It wasn't an easy decision for you, was it? Just tell us about that.
No, it wasn't. I so wanted to do it. Um, And I remember I had a lot of money kind of dramas, should we say, like, oh, should I spend the money? And I thought perhaps I'll just try it by myself a bit longer, and I'll wait till I get a client, and then I can invest in it. But I decided to do it. It really, I did it with knees knocking. I said yes to you with knees knocking. It was just, but I could feel it was an internal yes. I knew that it was calling and I had to do it.
Yeah, it was a stretch for you at the time. But I want to shift gears now and talk about some results that you've created recently. So tell us about sales and results. Like, what have you been up to?
So I have recently had my best month ever. And that was, I made £11,350, and that was in 30 days. Um,
Yay, love that.
and it was amazing.
Okay, so we've gone from, because we didn't actually say this was even before, but you used to be, before you started down this journey, you were a cleaner. You had your own cleaning business, right? And you
Yeah,
were earning 30, was it £13 an hour you were earning?
£13 an hour, and I thought that was way too much.
So we've gone from £13 as an hour doing your cleaning work to, what was it, over £11,000 in 30 days.
Yeah,
How does that feel?
just mind-blowing, absolutely amazing. Um, yeah, it, I actually can't believe it, but it just shows to me what's possible, that I can do it. We can all do it.
100%. And you have, you've been consistently creating results, clients, money. It just so happens this is your biggest month so far, right? But tell us a little bit about, if we go back in time a little bit to when you were building your business and you were building your Facebook groups, because you used the lead gen that we teach in Fierce Feminine and Free, and you went and built those groups. So what did that look like? I know one of them is like over 7,000 people in it now, right?
Mm.
So just tell us about that.
So I now have 2 Facebook groups, and I started with the one which I built. It was a daily habit that I just got into. I wanted desperately to have my group filled with people who were doing the journey as well. And I literally did this strategy every day. I was up kind of late at night, just reaching out to people and inviting them. And
Yeah. And we teach how inside the program, because there are a few nuances and things. Like sometimes
mm,
people try to go and do it by themselves, and it doesn't really work because they don't know the nuances of what we do. But okay, so you built first the group to like seven, it's over 7,000 now, I think, isn't it?
yeah,
And
yeah.
then your second group, which is where you focus, how many people has that got in it now?
That's got about 1,500 in.
Yeah. And I know that your bigger group feeds your other group now. So you don't have to
Yeah,
do any lead gen at all anymore. It just happens on
I don't.
autopilot.
It just happens, which is amazing.
Amen. Love that. Are there any other sort of results that you wanted to share?
I mean, I have learnt so much. There's been so many changes, from really from working with you, Julie. From it's not just doing this strategy, this system. There's so much more to it. But I've learned so much, like how to build those deeper relationships. Um,
With prospects, right? That then
yeah, with prospects, and how to nurture, and it's not just that. It's the things personal to me as well, and different life areas. And
yeah, identity, you created a new identity for yourself that
yeah,
you stepped into. So how is life different now from before? What
it's
does
completely different. I actually feel like a completely different person. I feel like a proper businesswoman now. I have clients and I have money coming in, and I feel more confident in myself. But I think it's just so nice to be able to work from home, to have my own space, to set my own hours, to have lunch when I want, breaks when I want. I can take the dog out in the day. I can have a decent lunch. I can just take time off if I want to.
Yeah, rather
Uh,
than a soggy salad in a box, right?
yeah, which I used to in my cleaning jobs. I'd be stuck in a car park somewhere eating a soggy salad in my
Yeah.
car. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So more time freedom. Are you able to, afford things now that you didn't before? Like, what does that look like?
so one of the most important things to me is my own health and wellness journey, and just staying on track with, you know, personal healthy habits and things. So it is important to me to spend money on particular things,
Mm.
like, good quality supplements and good quality organic food, and I have a veg box delivered, an organic veg box.
Mm.
My dog is able to eat, you know, proper dog food, not crappy old tins from Tesco's or something.
Yes. Amen to that,
Um,
right?
and the other thing is I don't have any toxic products anymore, cleaning products for my own home. I can afford to spend more money on those. Personal products for me, you know, body products. I
So
can buy
good.
nicer things, essential oils.
Yeah, yeah. And it's so good. And I know, I always think that you have strong feminine energy, and that's part of your brand, and the kind of nurturing and all of that goes together. So it's really important that we talk about, did you hit any blocks along the way? Because so often people hear these success stories and they're like, oh, it's all right for her. She can do it, but I can't do it. So were there any challenges or blocks or anything you kind of struggled with along the way?
So many. I feel like I've just hit my head against so many like blocks. And I remember a couple of times I almost gave up on building the whole business. And I remember thinking, I just can't do this. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, almost paralyzed with fear, thinking, how the hell am I going to do a sales call? How am I going to do it? And I had no confidence. You know, getting visible, staying consistent with it. I I don't know. I mean, because I'm naturally quite introverted, quite shy, and so I had a lot of work and a lot of digging deep to do to be able to do that.
Yeah, 100%. And
Um,
that's what the coaching is for, isn't it? That's what the ongoing support,
yeah,
because you came through Fierce Feminine and Free, you created some results, and now you're in our graduates program.
mm, yeah,
So,
and it makes sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was just going to say it made such a big difference as well, having that community of doing it with others, having that support, as well as having you as the coach.
Yeah, 100%. Community is so key, and being with women that are like sort of the same mindset, on the same journey, big aspirations, and you guys can support each other. Amazing. Who do you think my programs are a great fit for?
Definitely for the woman who, you know, really does have that big mission, who really wants to be all in, to find her voice, to speak her truth, to be in her power, and to have that lifestyle that she really wants, and to be able to serve deeply and serve herself, and, you know, create rippling effects in her life,
Amen.
doing so much good in the world.
Yeah, and to all of her clients. Amazing.
Yeah,
Um, is there anything else you wanted to add?
just that this whole, I mean, I've renewed with you several times, and like it has been so incredibly valuable. It's so good to know that I have that support behind me. If I have any questions, if I have anything come up, I know I can just ask you and I can get the coaching on it. It's so valuable.
Oh, well, look, it's such a pleasure working with you. And I've been privileged to see your journey and see, who you're becoming as a coach, a woman, a businesswoman, all those things. It is so juicy. And this is why I do what I do. So, thank you for being here. Where can people come and join your world?
Well, the best place to find me is on Facebook, in my Facebook group, Sober Sisters Rise.
Mm.
That's where all the action is.
Amazing. Get over there, ladies. It is awesome. If you've ever been sober curious, you want to get a bit healthier in your habits, and you want to, or you just like ready, like I want to ditch alcohol. I have a big mission and I'm ready for this. Cath is your person. So thanks again for sharing your story and being here.
Thank you, Julie.